Northmen, well, we are from Watertown, New York, way up near the Canadian border. We started back in 2015, and we all decided one day that we liked rock and roll so much that we didn't want to go to concerts anymore. We wanted to play in concerts. So
that's awesome.
That's what happened there.
Were you singing along to the music?
Were you singing along? Were you singing along to the music?
Oh, of course.
We have got the Northmen with us today. They join us live here on our big broadcast. So,
how do you find you?
How do we find you guys online? How do we find the Northmen?
Well, you can check us out on our Facebook, just the Northmen, and then of course we have Instagram too, the Northmen, the same. We have a little bit of work to do on our YouTube channel, but those are the basic social medias that we are running right now. You can also find us on Spotify and iTunes. We have the single "Forevermore" out, and the accompanying video, like I said, is up on YouTube and Facebook.
So, how did you guys get together as a group? Let's start there. How did you guys get together?
We were three of us, me, Jeremy, and Matthew, and Brendan. We're friends forever. We lived in Watertown together. So I kind of played guitar, and I found out that there was a group of kids playing guitar, and amongst them was Matthew, and who's obviously a drummer now, but listening to like OAR and stuff like that, and I came in there and played some Metallica riffs for them, and then they were instantly hooked, so they wanted to do the same thing. And, of course, Brendan hopped on with that. Brendan was Brendan's older brother, but Brendan just took it to the next level. And Alex Beats, he's kind of the outlier, but he's from Malone, New York, which is a good 2.5 hours actually north of us. And we had done our EP back in 2017, and he had heard about it online, and he wanted to get a copy, and he met up with us, and at that point he actually told us he also played lead guitar, and I don't think at the time he realized we were looking for a permanent guitar player, a lead guitar player. So Matthew's dad, which brings in the next point, Matthew's dad, Rick, used to play lead guitar for us, so that's really how we started. But he wasn't going to be able to do all the road shows and do all the traveling, so we were in search of a permanent lead guitarist, and that's how we found Alex.
How did you come up with your name, the Northmen? Hello.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Hello.
Hello.
We'll keep trying here.
How did you come up with the name, the Northmen?
The Northmen. Well, as we are, like I said, from very significantly northern New York, the real northern New York.
So there's nothing mystical?
I thought it was appropriate. thought it was very appropriate considering the conditions that we're always used to living in. And it also had a little bit to do, at the time, I had a big kick. I had read all the Song of Ice and Fire books, which, if you aren't familiar with that name, then I'm sure you're familiar with Game of Thrones, which that's what that whole series was.
I thought so.
There's this recurring theme in there about the Northmen and the North remembers and all that. And I just thought that would stick, and I thought that was very memorable. And the Northmen also starts with an N and ends with an N, sorry. So I found it quite symmetrical.
That's awesome. We've got the Northmen with us today. They join us live. Their single "Forevermore" really carries their talent as a great classic metal hard rock band. Tell us about "Forevermore."
And kind of solidified our current writing process, where, you know, we'd had riffs before, and we'd compile riffs and do our best to put them together to make a song. But this one we felt had the melody, but also the simplicity to be a song that could stick out. So we really stopped and went through it together and broke down. It wasn't just one person's idea or anything like that. We broke it down, and we just decided, you know, every new part that somebody came up with, we decided whether it was appropriate for the song as a whole. And that's like I said, how we figured out, you know, that we had the council, and when you have ideas, you kind of bring it to the band council, and it gets voted up or voted down. And that's kind of how we do it now, and that's what Forevermore was. We wanted to write, and we hope that it is, and something that could really grab your attention.
So, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. We got the Northman with us today. Go ahead.
As best friends, did you guys like sit down and write some kind of like a commitment contract of things that you wouldn't do or cross, and things that you might break you up, but that you were strong together and you would stay together always? Did you hear me?
I'm sorry. That other voice is very hard to hear. I'm so sorry.
That's because
no,
it's girlish.
No problem. Go ahead and try that again, Jay, and I'll keep messing with the microphone.
Okay, I'm gonna try again. Since you've been best friends forever, was there a time that you sat down and wrote some kind of a commitment booklet or contract saying, "Hey, I'm not gonna screw up this," and we're thick and thin?
I heard something about fucking it out. Am I close?
Okay, we'll do this.
I'll come over there.
Well, no, you're good. That's the best microphone we've got. Well, we'll do this. We're having some audio issues. We'll get you guys back on when we got a little bit more time. Before we let you go, how do we find you online, guys?
Online, it's just thenorthman.com with a 0 instead of the O. And other than that, like I said, we are just on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, iTunes as The Northman.
Fantastic. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate it. There they go, The Northman. We are going to take a timeout, and when we come back, we have got more coming up on the other side.
If your credit card bills have gotten out of hand, call Consolidated Credit now. They can consolidate your